Alrighty, welcome back. I keep waiting for the right time to record this, but the right time just isn't coming, so I'm gonna try to make time. I'm just gonna force my way through this episode, and if somebody barges in on me, then so be it. It'll make for a more entertaining episode anyway. So yeah, Pokemon Blue version. Wait, what did that guy just say? I wasn't paying attention. Did he just profess his deep feelings for us, the strange man that just walked in the door moments ago? Well, anywho, there's actually a variety of color palettes you could choose for this game. I mean, you're still limited to 3 colors at a time, but the emulator gave you lots of options, and I went with red and blue as the color palette for obvious reasons. There was a different game that had like a full color palette for Pokemon Red, and I don't know how they did that, to be honest. I didn't see that as one of the options amongst the many color palettes. But what we've got here is good. What is TM08? Body Slam. Remember that commercial for that, those cracker things? They were like s'more crackers, and in the commercial they were 2 sumo wrestlers, and one body slammed the other. That was a semi-popular commercial in the year 2000. Gosh, commercials are just paced very differently these days. I feel like they cram a lot more ads into a small space. Shorter advertisements, but in more of them. That's just the way it is. You ever watch an old videotape of a TV recording from 20 years ago, and you notice the commercials are all paced differently? There was Snorlax. Did you see those red markings on the bottom of his feet? He's got the stigmata. Snorlax is gonna be our savior. So there's a Goldeen. No. Mr. Mime's still not ready. He'll get there someday. Someday, but not yet. I'm not used to looking at that new back sprite. So what else has been going on? Do they still make new ASDF movies, or ASDF movies, as the douchey guy who makes them calls them? I remember those were a popular thing if you were a hippie young memester in 2012, but I don't think he makes those anymore. They had all the silly lol random humor for 13-year-olds, and it was all die potato, and then the people who watch it think potato. It's just kind of dumb by today's standards, if you ask me. But no, I don't think they make those anymore. I believe those are made by Tom Scar. People have pointed out to me that in the first ASDF movie, there's the talking parking meter, and they were saying that the parking meter sounds just like me, because it was all "hello parking meter" and then "hello." I mean, it doesn't quite sound like my regular speaking voice, but I think that impression I did moments ago was pretty close. I remember Psychic Pebbles used to make these fake videos that he had the next ASDF movie, and then people would watch it and it was just nothing, and they'd say, "Hey, this isn't the new ASDF movie." I guess they hadn't noticed that the channel wasn't the regular guy who makes them. Anyway, I don't think Psychic Pebbles actually does that anymore. He probably took down the video that he had. He would just change the title of the video whenever there was a new ASDF movie that came out, so that his fake video was one number higher than the current one. So let's say the most recent one was ASDF 7. He would name the fake one, Psychic Pebbles would name the fake one ASDF 8. So then people looking for the new one, they'd find ASDF 8, and then, "Hey, this isn't..." Yeah, as previously mentioned. Good God, that is a high-level Pikachu. Am I underleveled? I'm starting to wonder. We'll be fine, though. I think the 6 of them collectively can handle any problems that occur. There's nothing we can't do. Wasn't there some song with the lyric, "There's nothing we can't do"? There's probably been a bunch of them, honestly. What a stupid question to ask. What else is going on? Probably mentioned this in a previous episode, but Avatar: The Last Airbender is really coming back into popularity. It's a favorite amongst really annoying people, and you got all those memes flooding the internet about, "Oh, remember the part when the character did the thing? It made me lol so hard." And I don't know, I never could get into the show. I think part of the problem was the fact that Nickelodeon was very sporadic about when the new episodes came out, and that does not work for the type of show where you need to watch the episodes in order. So it was really difficult to follow. And I heard it got even worse with the follow-up series, The Legend of Korra or whatever, and apparently they didn't even show the finale on TV. It was just on some crummy Nick.com streaming app. Whoa! So yeah, all the fans were quite upset about that. I wasn't, though. I mean, I didn't really follow it. I just heard people bitching about it on the intranet. That's how it goes. So yeah, I'm getting pretty tired of the memes clogging up YouTube and other places across the web. But sooner or later, people will move on to something else, and then we'll have some new annoying thing that's in your face every day. There's always something. Remember when The Last of Us came out and every single freaking post on Reddit was about that game? It just completely flooded the site, and all the different people making these posts were all playing the game at the same pace, so all the posts would be very similar. First time it came out, there'd be like 2,000 posts about the beginning of the game, and then after a couple of days it was all about the middle part, and then after about maybe 3 weeks, everybody was talking about the ending, that all those people were collectively playing the game at the same speed and posting about the same things. And for people who didn't have an interest in the series, that was very grating and difficult to sit through. I think the answer to this problem is to just stop browsing Reddit, honestly. We defeated gentlemen. Maybe I'll make that Ponyta the picture for the thumbnail for this episode. I always try to have a unique Pokemon in each of these. Do we have to fight that lady? Oh well, guess we'll never know. Let's see what else is going on. What's Chugga Conroy been doing lately? Okay, yeah, you do fight the lady. Anyway, I feel like Chugga Conroy's like the co-host of this show almost, with how much he gets mentioned. I tried getting into his other series, the Runaway Guys, where it's it's like a group project, but nothing that was said was really, worth anything. It's just kind of sad. The dude's got over a decade worth of content, but I'd venture to say that amidst all the hours and hours and hours of stuff that's been recorded, none of it's actually very funny. Sometimes, I guess in the earlier days, he would try to force stuff and try to force comedy over things that to a normal person like you or I wouldn't even register as a joke. Like he'd be playing Pokemon Emerald and the Pokemon's move missed, and he would pretend like it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen, and just full on veins on his forehead, just mouth open as wide as it can, just sheer, just trying to force laughter, and it just comes off as very obnoxious, and it feels like he's overreacting. I honestly don't quite see the appeal of old Chugga. Anywho, so here's something we can talk about. About 6 months ago, I was at a clothing store, and they had a white shirt that I wanted to get with some anchors and other nautical equipment on it, but the shirt was made of a strange material. It felt like I was wearing a big napkin, so I didn't end up getting it. So yeah, that's a real interesting story, isn't it? Is this gonna be a double battle? No, those weren't a thing yet. So we'll do the rival battle with Gary Oldman in the next episode. So hold on to your hats.